Good morning. Now this morning we're doing something a bit different in that it's day one of the Tour de France and it's day one of my Tour de France challenge. So I'll be riding every day the pro riders ride. I'll be riding a TT when they do a time trial, a Hilly stage when they do a Hilly, etc, etc. Now the only thing that's slightly against that is that obviously we're starting with a TT. I don't fancy doing a TT. It's only 2 days since that disastrous ride where everything broke. Punctures, 3 punctures, broken spoke, broken pump, all on one ride. Admittedly I was foolish for riding on such rough surfaces on road tyres, but even so I fancy blowing a few cobwebs away because that was only 2 days ago. So I'm going to do a Hilly stage today, just to work out that frustration. Well, cycling's working its magic again, and already. Only done a few kilometres, feeling so much happier. It's the right word, isn't it? But just seen an ibex right next to the road. It was too quick to get the camera out, get it switched on and running. But it's things like that that really lift your spirits. Well, I wasn't expecting that. This is my go-to route. I do a lovely loop of about 40 kilometres. And I come through Ascot and it's slightly downhill, and though it says it's a 40 km/h speed limit, you can come charging through, it's great. And they've just put speed bumps in. I mean, fair enough, it was way too fast a village, but what a shame. Another one on the exit. Just come over the big hill of the day. And I thought I'd go up it stood, just to, push myself a little. I found it incredibly difficult. And about 300 metres from the top, I just had to sit back down. And when I looked down, I was still in the big ring. It was amazing. Right, well that's day one completed. 42 kilometres. Not too long, not too short. Perfect, really. So only another, 20 to go? So I'll see you for the next one. Good morning. Day 2 is going to have to be a bit of a mad dash because I have overslept. It's my turn to do the walking of the dogs, etc. We've got this fantastic storm cloud. Look at that. No rain due. It's supposed to be that. I do like the weather here. It's weird as anything. Anyway, off we go. It's a flat stage in Denmark today. Yeah, it means I can get away with a quick mad dash up and down the road and pretend it's just a Danish flat stage. Hello again. You're going to get fed up with me saying good morning. Anyway, it's day 3 of the challenge. We are going flat today and it's Sunday, so I'm going to stick to the main road because there shouldn't be anyone about. We've got a slight headwind coming from the south, so yeah, we're going to do the headwind first and then get the lovely tailwind later. Just labouring up the only real hill today. It's not even a hill. Pimple, but it's lovely being out. There's no one around, and usually it is actually quite busy on the main roads. I try not to shoot it because who wants to see traffic? But there's no one out today. There's been one policeman and that's been it.
One of my favourite things is coming to these little villages and having these squadrons of swifts, martins, or whatever they are, swooping down these canyons created by the buildings. So because it's a flat day today, it's with a heavy heart. I've got to turn left here instead of going up Mount Cardo. It's not my fault, it's a flat day. I'd be doing repeats up it if it was my choice, but you know. Now there hasn't been a lot of traffic today, but what there has been a variety of vehicles towing yaguts, and it's used here for racing. And yeah, it's the same basic design from centuries ago, and they used yaguts for everything. It's seaworthy. It's an open rowing boat. I keep hoping there'll be another one that overtakes and I can show you. But there's obviously a race going on upriver because there's been 5 or 6 of these boats being towed. But what I'm finding funny is that some are being towed by a car. Some of them is a full-blown coach. You can imagine the amounts of money, the different monies for different clubs. You know, some bloke, oh yeah, hook it up to the back of your car, mate, we'll be all right. And the next is like Team Sky or something with their... Now these same yaguts were used for trading up and down the river, and they'd have a mast attached and they'd sail up river. But when they got to Garcia, which I've just gone past, they used to have to stop because what we're now going through, many of you already know, is called the Pass Lasse, which means the donkey pass. It's an ibex, look. Hello. That's nice. They used to have to pull in at Garcia, where a mule would be attached, and they'd be dragged upriver by these mules. So that's why it's called the Ass Pass. Ass. Mule, really. It's stunning. I absolutely love coming this way. There aren't many big men on bikes here in Spain. Almost everyone are tiny, skinny little runts. But a nice hefty fellow going the other way in fluorescent lime green. He didn't have a beard. So that's our third and last day in Denmark. So now we'll be transitioning to France. So perhaps I'll go on a drive or something. Anyway, see you on the next one. So we're on to stage 4. Stage 4 for everyone else is a hilly stage, but I did hilly on day 1, and on day 1 everyone else did a time trial. So today I'm going to do a 13.2 time trial, but I don't really want to do just 13.2 kilometers today. So I'd like to get at least an hour in. So what I thought I'd do is cycle out 14 or so kilometers and then put the hammer down on the way back. It's going to be interesting to see if I can even stay in the drops for 13.2 kilometers. I don't think I ever have before. My gut gets in the way, so this could be an interesting, if painful, experiment. Right, well, I'm just getting to my turnaround point. I found a nice little niche where I can get set up, get myself ready. It's a tiny little down ramp, and then it's pretty flat the whole way back. I'm trying to hold 32 kilometers an hour on the flat, and I'm struggling. I've just dipped down below it. Just on the first of 3 small hills I've got on this route. Desperately trying to stay seated. I usually stand on that one. sec. Whether it's the tiny headwind, really was small, or whether I'm just past it, who knows. It'll give me something to aim at when I get round to the end of the tour, and I'll do the same TT. There's no way I'm doing a 40-kilometre TT. I'll die. I'll do that one again and see if I've improved over the 3 weeks with all the riding, or whether I've got slower because I'm knackered. Anyway, on to the next one, stage 5 tomorrow. Good morning. Well, here we are on stage 5, and it has been apocalyptic here. We've had thunderstorm after thunderstorm, and we never ever get rain in July. It wasn't just rain, it was quite scary. The amount of lightning, it was so much that it woke us up at 3 AM through the blackout curtains. It wasn't just one or two flashes, it's one or two flashes at the same time in different parts of the sky. Really quite amazing. But it has meant that I haven't been able to get out this morning, so I'm going to try and snipe a quick trip out when I can later in the day, and hopefully I won't fry. Just while we're walking though, yesterday's stage 4, Wout van Aert. No spoilers, because this will be, you'll see this on Friday or at the weekend, so it'll be many days later. Absolutely thermonuclear attack. He's supposed to be a sprinter. Unbelievable. Attacks on a hill, time trials to the win. Absolutely phenomenal rider. Love him. Lovely hair too. Great hair. So after yesterday's washout, we're going to try stage 6. It's another hilly day, so I owe a hilly day. I'll probably do that on the rest day, the next rest day. Hilly day today, but also the tour's longest stage. Now, I find myself quite admiring what I did last year, because on the long stage I went quite long and did a 116-kilometre ride in July in the heat. Absolute madness. And I'll see if I can maybe do 70, but I've only got the one drinks bottle, which was foolish, but that'll teach me not to be prepared. Forgot to start the Garmin. Well, I ended up showing you all of the traffic. What I was trying to show you is the first wispy bits of fog forming as the sun comes up and hits all these soaking wet trees. Oh, sorry about that. I've just ridden about 20 kilometres and I didn't think about you once. I didn't think about anything. I was in a complete fugue state. Absolutely lovely. So I'm in Fleesh. I'll put you on the chest cam now, because it'll be easier to remember because you'll be right there in front of me. No, no, no. Back on one of my favourite roads. It's the long climb up to Bavara. And I've mentioned it before because it makes an excellent way to get some serious meters in without really noticing. This bit here is probably one of the steepest bits on the climb, and yet at the end you've gone from 34 meters above sea level up to about 700. The last bit's a lot steeper, but you can go maybe 15 kilometers and it doesn't get any worse than what I'm on now, which is 4%. Right, so that's stage 6 in the bag. It'll end up being about 72 kilometers, I think, because that bit I missed out at the beginning, but onward and upward. I've got a funny feeling we're going mountain tomorrow, so I'll have to put my my head in gear and see where we're going to go. So today, oops, there we are. Where are we? On around, good. So today is a mountain stage, and so we're going to go and find one of the many mountains that we're blessed with around here. There. Cyclist. Don't see many of those. If you do, it's always this time of day. It's just had dawn. There it is. You can tell I'm quite excited. I haven't been up a mountain for a while. We're very lucky here in that we've got any number of, they're all around 2,000 feet. This one is 1,968 feet, or around 600 meters. So that's what we're going up today. I thought I'd show you the river, not only because it's beautiful, but also because it's the lowest point of today's ride, even though I actually had to climb up an embankment to get onto the bridge. But, excuse me, it's uphill for the next, I think it's 24 kilometers. Obviously, a big chunk of that is very, very, very steady climbing. And then at the end, when we go up to the col, it isn't. It tops out at about 11%, which isn't too bad, but it's still pretty horrific. I'll be struggling, no doubt. Just come over the first ridge, which is just in advance of the mountain, and the headwind's absolutely terrible. Only 8 kilometers. That's not actually to the top either, but it's good to know that the pass is open. I'm not really expecting a lot of snow today, but it can happen. So with about 10 and a half kilometers to the top, I'm going to have to pace myself, and the pace is going to be really slow. Well, you know I like to chat when I'm on hills to take my mind off it, so I'm very briefly going to talk to you about my seat position. I know, it's going to be fascinating. I can see you already on the edge of your seats, but that was actually a problem that I had. On longer rides, I'd get really quite uncomfortable, and it wasn't really my bum, it wasn't chafing, it's that really I sat too far forward on the seat, and so I'd get quite a bit of pain in behind my testicles, going the other way, that part of your body. So I wasn't really sitting on my sit bones, I was sitting on that soft bit, and after a couple of hours it'd be agony. So I've been trying moving my seat further and further forward, and as it goes it's becoming more and more comfortable on longer rides. I've tipped it forward slightly and that didn't work. I just kept sliding off the front. So I'm just moving it forwards and it's really working. Bloody cheek. It's my hill. Bugger off. Just getting hit by the wind now. Thought I was already in first, so that came as a very nice surprise to find that I hadn't hit that yet. I have now. This is tough. This is very cruel. We've just hit double figures. And I was going to say the wind is really in my face, and then it stopped for a sec. See the tips of the wind turbines absolutely bent over. It's howling up here. Right, well, we're on the last part of the climb up to the Col de, begins with P. It'll be in the usual place about there. We're at the top. It's been 633 meters of climbing. It's an incredible view from up here, but it's very difficult to actually get to a place where you can see it. So instead, I'm just going to go hell for leather down the descent. There's a lot of switchbacks which I don't know very well, so I can't go as fast as all that. Down that col was absolutely insane. It's a really fast hill. I think it's good for maybe 90 kilometers an hour. I doubt if I went above 75, because just as it was getting to the exciting bit, I was coming out from behind a cutting and the wind caught my front wheel. It just shoved it to one side and I was doing 75, I think. Scared the life out of me, so I sat up. Oh, I've just remembered something else I wanted to say. So today the channel got its 400th subscriber. I was very pleased about that. I'd like it to be 4,000 but it's lovely. It actually feels like you're doing something that people are enjoying, so I hope you are. Right, so that's stage 7 completed. It's a tad under 50 kilometers, 700 meters of climbing. Whoa, you do feel good after doing a proper mountain. That was a proper mountain. In my books anyway. It just makes you feel even better So that's something to bear in mind for myself. Anyway, this is the end of week 1. There are 2 more of these to come. They're going to be shorter, but at the end of it, if all the stars align, I'm hoping that there's going to be a video of me watching the tour in the Pyrenees and then bikepacking home. So look out for that in about 3 weeks. Fingers crossed. Anyway, I'll see you for the next one. Thanks for watching.